Hello, I'm Mr. Dady, and today we're going to do more fraction problems for you. Alright, let's be honest, fractions are the worst thing in math. Let's just put it out there, it's the truth. But we have to deal with them. Today I'm going to show you how to deal with them by not getting rid of them, by adding, subtracting, multiplying, that type of thing. So here's our first problem. We have two fractions in it. Alright, but we have to go by our order of operations. So exponents, parentheses, can't combine anything in parentheses, exponents, there's no exponents, multiply. So we distribute. So I'm going to do the math right underneath it, and then I'm going to erase it. So this gives me 5 times 1/4, right? So when you multiply a fraction by a whole number, anytime you have a whole number that's 5, obviously, it's actually saying that's over 1. So you multiply across the top, and that gives you 5. You multiply across the bottom, and that gives you 4. So 5 times 1/4 gives you 5/4. So we can rewrite that as 5/4 x. And then, oh, that's negative, sorry. Negative, I missed that. Negative 5 times negative 1 plus 5, then we just bring everything else down because we're still doing our multiplication step. Here we have to distribute. We're not distributing to a fraction, so 6 times x gives me 6x plus 18, and then bring down 3/8 x. Now we have to combine like terms on each side. Now this is, I think, where people are getting confused. Right? Negative 5/4 plus 6x. So again, I'm going to do it right here. I'm just going to take the x's out of it because we can add those in later. So how you combine these? You can't yet. But what I just told you up here is any whole number like this is actually over 1. But now to add or subtract fractions, you have to have the same denominator. So you have 4 here and you have a 1 here. So how do I make a 1 a 4? I multiply by 4. And just like with equations, whatever you do one side, you have to do the other side. Whatever you do the bottom, you have to do the top. So then this gives us negative 5/4 plus 24/4, which then gives us 19/4. So get rid of all this. We combine our terms to give us 19/4. Don't forget the x plus 5. All right, now we do the other side. So we have 3/8 plus 6. Again, that's actually 6 over 1. How do we make a 1 and 8? Multiply the top and bottom by 8. So that gives you 3/8 plus 48 over 8. You combine those together and you get 51/8. So I take 51/8 x plus 18 and I erase that. Now we just have a multi-step equation with variables on both sides, but we still have fractions, so we have to deal with those. I'm going to move it that way. So I'm going to get rid of my constant first. And that gives me 51/8 x. Gives me negative 13. 19/4 x. So now I have to get the x over here. To do that, to subtract 19/4 x by both sides. 51 over 8 minus 19 over 4. I have to make those the same. Multiply the top and the bottom by 2. 51/8 minus 38/8 gives you 13/8. So gives us 13/8 x equals negative 13. So now to get rid of this, we multiply both sides by 8/13, which is the reciprocal. So multiply this side by 8/13, and multiply this side by 8/13. Those cancel out. Those cancel out. It gives you x equals, that's negative, so negative 8. All of that to get x equals negative 8. We plug it back in, it should work. I'm not going to. That's the answer. All right, here's our second example. First thing we do, distribute. You get negative 1/2 times 2, that's actually 2/1, multiply across the top. It gives you negative 2/2, which is negative 1. Then I have negative 1/2 times negative 2/3. And that gives me a positive, so 1/2 times 2/3 gives me 2/6, but simplifies to 1/3. Now the other side I don't have to distribute. The other side, all I do is just take it out of the parentheses. And after I take it out of the parentheses, then I have to combine like terms. Now I have a 6/5 and a 1/5, which gives me 5/5, which is equal to 1. Let me write that a little bit better. It gives me 5/5, which is 1. I can bring down the 1/3. And then just bring down everything over here. Subtract 1/3. Subtract 1/3. I get negative 1 equals 1. And that is a no solution. Negative 1 can never equal 1, so this is a no solution problem. But that is how you distribute fractions. I hope this helped out. If it didn't, just let me know and I can explain some more for you. Good luck.